Welcome back to another Land to House vlog. Before we get into the fun content, I have a little channel housekeeping to bring up. A couple of people wrote in and said that they were disappointed with the spamminess of some of my Amazon reviews lately. And so I have three thoughts about that at first. First one was, it's really fun to get stuff from Amazon, things that I wouldn't normally be able to purchase, that I could test and review. The second thing was that it makes pretty good giveaway content. So, when I get something, I will give back to you, which is fun. And the third thing, which I think what bothers most people, is that it is part of the Amazon Associate Program, which means, let's say you buy a shirt that I review, and I would get anywhere between 4 and 7% of that sale. Now, if you didn't click an Amazon Associate link, then Amazon would absorb that 4 to 7% and they would keep that money. So my thoughts are, if you're gonna buy something, you might as well help somebody else out. So I personally have two main YouTubers that I buy through their Amazon links and help them out when I remember. So that's kind of why I like to add that Amazon link whenever I review something. It's because I get a little bit of cut back. Now, when you think about, 4% on a $10 item, it's not a lot of money. So anyway, that's where that comes through. So, but that being said, if you're going to be doing some Christmas shopping, then you click one of my links and it'll help the channel out a lot. So that's from my side of things. So I stopped and kind of stepped back and watched the channel, thinking of it from your perspective, and it can be a little bit spammy. So here's what I was thinking. What if I arrange my posting schedule to fit in a review day? Because Wednesday and Saturday are pretty much workshop build days, and I like that schedule because it gives me some time between work out there. Also, any video I feel like posting that day is pretty fair game. Let's see, Thursdays, of course, are Land to House vlog days, which I'm really pleased with that. It's one of my favorite videos to post. And then Friday, if I have a Land to Random episode to post. Oh, a note about Land to Random. I know that a lot of people on the channel don't really care much for those videos because it's just Brad and I sitting and quizzing each other. But we are planning on altering that content to be more interesting to you. So if you've been ignoring those videos lately, then we're going to try and become more entertaining, do outside stuff, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. And then Sunday is going to be mostly dedicated to the Land to Dad. So anything that is dad related or something funny that Emma does will be on Sundays. I kind of feel like Land to Dad videos will become like a family vlog that's very dad related. So maybe separate from this video, the build stuff that I do. That leaves us 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. Monday has always been just a whatever day, post something that I have been doing. And Tuesday, I'm thinking would be an awesome review day. So you know that if it's posted on Tuesday, there's probably going to be a link to Amazon or some other website, and it's going to be something that I have either bought and want to review or have been given and am testing. Now, I have actually received a few emails asking for paid product placement. And since Ashley has just taken her maternity leave, we're going to be pretty strapped for cash for a while. So I would probably accept those paid product placement positions. Say that 10 times fast. Anyway, this is going long enough. So write down below what you think about this new schedule, and we will try to hold to it so you're not seeing tons of reviews. Christmas time may be different though, because I'm going to be getting a lot of emails about that stuff. So Ashley and I have been trying to keep the dogs in the back room because we want them to be able to stay back there when Emma's here and all of our guests come to visit and not cause a big scene. Well, when I got home from work, they were being very rambunctious and ready for a good walk around. So I'm here at the edge of my property right here, where my neighbors have a little spot for a camper. And they're only up here in the summertime, but it looks really nice up here. Now, they wanted to buy this lot over here, and the owner, well, they bought this lot right here, which goes down to the ponds, for $2,000 roughly. And they contacted this guy and said, hey, how much do you want for the lot next to us here? And he said, 45. And they're like, okay, cool, we can pay that. And he goes, no, 45,000. So they said, thank you for your time, but no. So anyway, I was out flying the drone and noticed that down this trail here, actually I think it's up in here, there was a tree stand where somebody had been hunting. And my other neighbor down here at the end, he said he had not given permission for them to hunt on the land, and also they shot a high-powered rifle from the ground, which is illegal, and it went over their house. So they lied to him and shot toward his house. If they come back next year, he's going to be ready to bring the law out on them. So I wanted to sneak down his property quietly and see where they had their tree stand, or their stool, not tree stand. Well, this little circle here is where they had their stuff set up. Nothing too fancy right now, but my neighbor told his kids to ride up on their four-wheeler and collect all the guys' corn and spread it out for their birds down at their house. So he was not very happy about them hunting on his land. I was sitting here at my computer editing a video, and I hear this crunching noise. Lainey is chewing up cords on the back of my sound system. Makes me so angry. Luckily, she only chewed up the mic, which I don't really use that much. Today is February the 20th, which is Emma's due date. And so far, actually just having contractions, but no real signs that Emma will be here today. So maybe a little late. Not something she's excited about. So my friend that sent me both the solar torch light and the solar light that's on top of the house next to the front door. You may remember that one. It's one of the first ones that I received. And let's see, you may not be able to see it, but yeah, one of those. He sent me another package today, and I'm quite impressed with each item that he has sent so far. They have been great, and this one may be the most impressive yet. It is a light for the workshop here. Now this is not a solar light. It's got the cord wrapped up here in the back, but you can use this in two configurations. Right here on the bottom, you can have the cord come down, or it comes with this foam plate here that allows you to hook up back here on the back, and it can be mounted onto a wall like such. And so that's what I'm going to do, because as you remember, I've got the switch hooked up here that will run up and over and have this light here on the outside, and that way it can be operated from the switch in here. So very excited about this project. Definitely, I think I'm gonna start working on this next week, depending on how baby stuff goes. So a little bit of a time crunch here, so we'll see what happens. Oh, also, I was building Ashley's bookcases a couple days back, and I had these super cheap Walmart clamps, and I could tell this handle was about to break off, because I broke this one off whenever I was putting on the rakers in the building here. So super cheap handles, which is sad. So I bought some more of these Irwin Quick Grip, which I'm using this one, which is probably from the 90s, really old, and it's great. So I think they are pretty close to the same deal there. So looking forward to that. I got several more boxes from work, and I'm out here putting straw on it for the future garden. But I was kind of concerned of whether or not this whole concept was even going to work as far as breaking down the cardboard. So I came out here yesterday and dug back a little bit of this straw, and things are quite wet down there. So definitely, oh yeah, I mean, pops right through that box. So I feel like this concept is going to hold moisture in the ground very well. So I'm pleased with it so far. But yeah, I got more boxes from work, making pretty much another 10 by 12 or so spot here, and should really do well for a garden. So what I may do is stop here for this year, and then as was suggested, get some appliance boxes next year and do a much bigger spot. But you can see weeds and grass are starting to grow, and this is going to certainly keep those out. Very pleased. My GoPro is starting to sketch out a little bit, which is not a good thing. Oh well, I hope it works. So our yard out here is a little bit full of clay and doesn't look very pretty. And so we're going to be spreading out some more grass seed today in attempts to get this grass to grow. So let's see, my neighbor had given me this fertilizer, and actually all of that fertilizer as well, and then I have some seed left over from this past year. So I'm going to load that up here in my little cedar bag and see if we can get some of this to grow. I've got the grass planted and some fertilizer spread out. Hopefully this time next week we'll see some little shoots coming up. Since today is Emma's due date, Ashley has been eating spicy foods and we are walking up the road. So how do you feel?
I feel fat.
That's all? You've told me much more than that.
Well, you have to bleep it out. So.
Okay. Yeah, she's definitely past ready for Emma to be here.
Wally. Wally!
There he is.
Come on! What are you doing?
Now he's running. Look at that. Who's gonna go to? Good job, Wally. Good job. Well, it's getting dark out here. I was just down in the creek playing with the world's smallest ram pump, which will come out tomorrow. I was back here looking at the retaining wall, and it seems to be doing well. Some dirt had fallen down over there, and I just picked it back up. But I had forgotten I'm supposed to bury this pipe here, which is the drain. And check it out. It is full of water. Ooh, so let me pick that up. Let's get some more of it out of there. Yeah, definitely full. Which means the drain is working like it's supposed to, which is good news. Let's see. We went to the baby doctor today, and no change from last week. Not the results we were looking for, but it is what it is. So hopefully between now and next Tuesday, we'll have some results. If not, then next Wednesday, she'll be delivered. They'll do a section or induce her, whichever happens. But I'm not sure what this is from, but somebody has been back here. See those two lines going through? And let's see, that footprint, which is huge. It's definitely bigger than my foot. Somebody today has been back here. I kind of traced the footsteps. They came up through here. They stepped through the ladder here, over to the workshop door, and then back out. What they were looking for, I don't really know. I'm not sure what these lines are. I mean, it looks like some kind of like cart or something, but it's just two wheels. So I have no idea who came here while we were gone to our baby appointment today, but It's kind of creepy. No baby yet. So I've got lots of outdoor projects to do. Sadly, it's raining out, but I'm still doing some things indoors. I was able to get this strip above the door in preparation of putting up some more of this hardy board paneling, and that is because I am about ready to get that light installed. Now, I couldn't help it, I just had to see what it looked like. So I've just wired it up here to the switch, turn the breaker back on. I've not seen it yet. Okay, there's the inside lights. Let's see what it looks like. There'll be a video review coming up on this light pretty soon. It works. Let's go check it out. Ooh, nice and bright. That's going to do really well. So, I know you can't see anything there. But this light was sent to me, mentioned before earlier in the video, and it's going to work out great here on the outside of the building. So very thankful and look forward to that coming up soon. Okay, now I'm going to go out into the rain, I believe, and work on two things. I want to pull some 2x4s from the wood pile down there. And guys, shh, quiet. Also, I've got those paver stones down there because I want to make an extension from the landing there over to the workshop steps and then over to the gravel for the cars. That way we're not bringing in mud as we walk back and forth from the buildings or the cars. So that's the plan today. Remember the Blue Max that I used at the flume to try and get the ram pump intake? Well, that is the problem with why the ram pump was not working right. Just pulled the check valve off, and as you can see, the water direction is down here. But listen to this. It's leaking. So when I look down in here, I see bits of check valve where the gasket is, has got Blue Max stuck in it. So that's the problem. Let me replace this, and I think we'll be back in business. I just took the angle grinder to this check valve. Let's see what's inside here. So the gasket looks just fine. But see, here's where that Blue Max residue got in here. Yeah, not good. So, and I'm seeing little chunks of blue in there. So that is the problem. Hello. I've always wanted to see what was inside of one of these. Spring, and where it seats up against that right there. But yeah, so yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but up underneath here there's all kinds of blue. So what happened was Blue Max got in there from when I was trying to use that for the intake and just gummed that up and caused little pockets of air to get through. I've had this problem before where a pump would not cycle, and it's almost always with the second valve being blocked by debris. So very important to have a fairly small mesh filter over your ram pump intake, so keep that in mind. As expected, that was the problem. Just a few manual clicks and it's going as you would expect here. Now I've got the delivery pipe running up along the road, under the culvert, over to the garden fence. So let's take a look at that real quick and see how well it's working. I had to throttle this down just a little bit on this delivery end to keep it going. So I'm gonna just let it run, and hopefully we can actually start the longevity test now that I was intending on doing a while back. That's the flow rate with the pump almost throttled down to closure. So it is just pumping out pretty serious. I'm gonna have to move this down the fence a little bit though, because that water is gonna be hitting my wood pile. I don't want it to be sitting in water all the time. So looks like it's doing a pretty good job. All right, hope, well, let's see. Today is Wednesday, February the 22nd at 5:30. So let's start our longevity test here. Just reaching down here into my pile of pavers and getting these put into my hand cart here. My friend wants her hand cart or wheelbarrow back soon, and so I'm trying to get the use out of it while I've got it. I like this thing. I'm probably gonna have to buy one pretty soon because these two-wheeled carts are so handy. Gonna miss it. So she also is the person that gave me all of these pavers, which I have thoroughly enjoyed. I've used them often. They were underneath the bridge there. Of course, the landing up at the house. They're under the ramp for the workshop. And then these will go from the cars to the workshop. So very nice. Big thanks to her. She has been so kind. The garden fence came from her as well. People have said, do you really need a garden fence like that? And Ashley, of course, says, that's the ugliest fence I've ever seen. But every night you come outside on the front porch and the deer are circling the garden. They come up from the creek area and they just walk around. So yes, definitely have to have a fence around here. I'm gonna keep getting these pavers stacked up here, and then I'm gonna take them up and put them next to the front porch so that I can work on this. It's starting to rain, and so won't be doing much more outside today. Man, my GoPro keeps saying SD card error. I just don't like the GoPro very much. I mean, it's a great camera for throwing off of a cliff or, you know, dunking underwater or something, but as a vlogging camera, terrible, terrible. Can't wait to get a new one. Okay, it's raining, and so I'm gonna pick up a few of these 2x4s to use for the paver walkway here and get them up to the house. It's hard to believe that this time next week, which is Wednesday, we will have Emma in the house. So things are gonna change a bit, I am sure. I'd like to incorporate a lot more Land to Dad and keep the vlogs the same. But as you're concerned, things are going to be a little different with content for a while until we get settled with Emma. So keep that in mind if the content has been a little bit lacking. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I've been doing some reviews because I just don't have a lot of cash to throw around for projects that, I mean, like the workshop is expensive to build, and so I've just been kind of doing little things as I have the money because Ashley has taken her maternity leave, and so our income is cut in half, so definitely a crunch time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog, and tune in next week for more content and getting to meet Emma. I'll see you next time.